Okay, we got all the rock cover back on. Fittings all done up, and I've honestly just given up for the day. I am fairly worn out. I just want to go over a few custom bits, I guess, that went into this car so far. Just like everyone says, custom is just takes forever. Like it honestly does. Like to get the engine in, it was easy enough to fall in. Like all this front end just comes off pretty easy now, and the engine falls in there, sump, clears near on everything if it's in the right spot. The engine mounts that I have for this are out of a Holden Commodore VE, and then I had to make some custom brackets out of 6mm plate. Made that over there on the bench over there, and after that I had to put a lot of time and effort into moving the engine back and forth, up, down, so it clears everything. So the harmonic balancer near on touches the ribs on that little crossmember there. And then the gearbox went in, and then it changed everything else again. So the gearbox is a AR5 gearbox. It's not the original gearbox that's meant to really go behind these cars. Like it works, people have done it, but it's got a custom bell housing, it's got a custom flywheel, NPC clutch, it's got a Ford Ranger thrust bearing to make it all work. Look, nothing is straightforward with it, I promise you. Then obviously you've seen the gearbox cross member that I had to make for it. Yeah, look, nothing pretty, but it'll definitely work. And then the gearbox mount itself that goes, what supports the gearbox is out of a VN Commodore, maybe like an early 80s, late 90s Holden Commodore. So then the tail shaft's getting made up. That's going to be one piece. I gave Territory Drivelines a call, and I gave him the measurement, so hopefully I didn't stuff that up, because that'll be fairly exciting. The gearbox shifter, it actually fits in there fairly nicely. There is a few custom bits and pieces under there. I'm not going to take that out and show you, but it's in there, and it actually sits pretty good. It's not too bad. Everything else in the car, standard dash, standard everything else. Haltech IC7 dash, which is pretty sweet. The yellow cord is the comms cord for the ECU now. The ECU is a Haltech R3, so it's a Nexus, I guess a new one. There's probably a new one out again, I hear. But either way, that is the ECU that I choose to run, because it has the inbuilt O2s, wideband sensors, everything else. It comes with a universal loom, so there's no loom you can just plug and play into these engines or cars, and the only thing you can do is, I think it's a Commodore or something. But anyway, so you had to get this harness, and you had to pin, plug every single plug. I chose not to run as many sensors as I really wanted to because of the wiring scenario. Like, I'm no auto sparky. I can do it for sure. Yes, but that was not fun. But honestly, it worked fine. It just went in, and yeah, it was good. That was a bit of a learning curve, but anyway. Injectors are Bosch 1000 cc's, 1100s, can't really remember. The fuel pump, obviously you've seen the fuel pump. I think it's like a 400 litre an hour fuel pump. Turbos are Garrett 3582 with a 6-boost manifold. It's going to have custom exhaust. Can't really run any bigger than a 3-inch because annoyingly it doesn't fit between the gearbox and the body, so I won't be able to go over speed bumps very quickly. I got this blanket from Funk Motorsports. Funny, I bloody clicked on go and I didn't actually realise it came from United Kingdom. But yeah, awesome little bit of gear. The coil packs underneath the rock cover, R35 GDR coil pack. Gonna run E85, so you might as well have good good spark under there. The intercooler is out of, that's out of one of these cars actually, a gt86, out of a supercharged one. I think I'll put it in that car and I'll put it back out again, so blah, blah, blah. Anyway. But yes, the intercooler piping does not fit for this engine, and I had to run and teach myself how to TIG weld, and that wasn't overly exciting. But yeah, look, learning curve, 100%. It was awesome. Oil cooler is from far internet, gt86 solutions maybe. I can't honestly remember. But they come with a relocation kit for the oil filter that's under there, which is pretty cool. So it's easy enough to change engine oil, cop it, blah blah blah. The sensors are Bosch 2-in-1 sensors, so they tell you temperature and pressure. Easy enough until you got to block the other holes up with bungs. You would not believe how long that took me to find the thread pitch for one of those. Not fun. Custom stuff, and to make the little bracket up to fit the little swell pot, because there's no radiator cap anymore, because the original one obviously used to sit there. That coolant pipe is out of Kia Rio, I think. I'll literally just go to Super and Repco and just make stuff work, and honestly, like 99% of the time it actually fits pretty good. The radiator that I was going to use is this one, but that was taking forever to get here, so I just decided to use the standard radiator, which is probably a bit small. Yeah, look, we'll see. I don't really know yet, but that was custom because so there's a coolant pipe there, and then there's a coolant pipe there. So I had to run a pipe all the way across the car to this side. Not hard, but just took time. It's got flex fuel sensor for 85 that I'm going to run. Honestly, there's probably so much more. The engine's a standard 1J, standard pistons, standard rods, ACL bearings, all the stuff you'd normally put in an engine that you just kind of flog the piss out of. Like there's this head gasket in there, head studs, and all that kind of stuff. Can't really tell you much about that. The throttle body is a Bosch throttle body that you use buy online, and that got wired into the car's accelerator pedal, and that goes through the ECU, and the ECU does the rest. It's actually really convenient. It's got Turbo Smart external gate. I was going to do that today, but honestly I can't be bothered now. That's just going to go to the ground, so it's going to be really loud and obnoxious, but you get that in the big jobs. Honestly, I'm probably forgetting so much more, but my brain is fried and I want to go through that for a while. Might do bits and pieces on this yet. Help him out, write up a few stumps. He's pretty well got the same stuff that I do. It's pretty well identical build. So it'll be good to see what the racing competition is going to be like. It'll be fun. Actually weighed that 86 the other night. I think that weighed like 1,200 kilos. I was actually pretty surprised it was that freaking heavy. Yeah, good fun. This might be the same. Obviously it's got all the interior. I used to have this big stupid wing on it, but I didn't like it. I took it off. So now it looks like a little baby Supra. Well, hopefully I'll remove those stickers too. I'm gonna probably get another set of GK-Tech arms for it, so it's the Superlock kit. Or I might pull it out of that car, but I think this car will probably be a bit scary to drive in the wet. Like honestly, I'm probably hoping for 400 or 500 horsepower. It may or may not get there, or I honestly don't know. I'd love to see it, but I don't think I even want any more than probably 400, because I don't think it'll need it. It drifts that out of a 2-litre boxer engine, and that is slow as. Like we raced the bloody Prado and I got flogged. Yeah, so these cars originally aren't quick, which is why I decided to change the engine. and I bought the engine off bloke off Facebook, and I was like, righto, we're gonna do this, and we're here. We're almost here. It has been a process and a lot of money. I haven't and do not want to add up all the money I've spent on this. It's just not even worth it. Like, I'm gonna enjoy it because I want to do it. I've always wanted it. Well, not this car, but you know, something with big turbo and, you know, semi-high horsepower, like high horsepower maybe. To others, 1,000 horsepower. I don't want it 1,000. Like, I just want to drift, and I want to just race a few people at the drags and whatnot, go to the roll racing, just enjoy it a bit. Yes, good times. And I'm still going to continue on doing stuff with it tomorrow or the next day, but I've honestly had quite enough of today's efforts. I found that little piece that I dropped in the rock cover too. That bit there. How annoying. But that's all out now. I'm gonna get this shed to tidy up. I'm gonna jump in the pool. And then I'll probably go get the kids from school. Yes. Well, everyone enjoy a couple of days. And I probably won't post for a little while. So I won't be working on it. I'll be away for a little while, doing other things. Until then, this car will sit here. And it will start and drive shortly.